Hey, good morning to all you wonderful YouTubers. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Virginia Bushcrafter, the channel where we learn and practice the skills of bushcrafting, prepping, and survival for the wilderness so that we can thrive in the wilderness. So today, guys, I'm out here in Northern Virginia in some beautiful weather, 33 degrees, windy. We just got over snow yesterday, but as you can see, most of it has melted. So I am out here to practice just shelter and chopping and all those other good things. So guys, don't forget to leave a comment, share, thumbs up, share this video out, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the Virginia Bushcrafter. So guys, this is just the gear that I have on the tree. I'm going to go ahead and put up a quick lean-to shelter, and then we are going to get started. All right, guys, so again today, this is another session of practice, and it is basically, once again, shelter, cutting tools, fire crafts, anything that we can feel within this windy 33 degrees weather, which is really not bad in Northern Virginia. But one thing for sure is that we cannot control Mother Nature. I have set up my tarp in 3 different positions to avoid the wind, but the wind, you cannot direct the wind. So what I've done is just put up a simple lean-to shelter here. It is a mylar tarp. This is, of course, the rear. And the ground is soaked and wet. So one thing that we do know, guys, is that a tarp can be used for many purposes. Again, basic cover, but as you see here on the ground, a tarp will do what? It will keep moisture, rain, moisture, wind away from you. By putting this 5x7 grabber tarp on the ground, this will prevent my bedroll from soaking up, getting wet. So again, this will prevent conduction. Again, it is always good to be prepared. Sure, take into account the weight of your rucksack, but you must be prepared for Mother Nature. So again, here's a 10x10 tarp with a 5x7 grabber tarp on the ground where I can sit and later on today enjoy a fire right here. Now, but I'm out here to practice with some tools, and the tools that I will be practicing with is a bearded axe, a shovel to make a fire pit, the agawa or agawa, however you want to pronounce it, tomato, potato, agawa, or however you want to pronounce it. And of course, the infamous BECKER BK-9. So I'm going to try and utilize this more than any other tool today, and I'm going to bring you along with me. So guys, this is the beautiful Mother Nature. All right, let's gather some wood and start chopping. We will progress on to some splitting, carving, and slicing. All right, guys, so what I'm going to do again, this will be the first time that I have tried this BECKER BK-9 out, and I'm going to start it with some relatively, I would call it difficult or large piece of wood. I guess this is about maybe 3 inches in diameter. So let me put you in focus, and we're going to get started. Trying to make sure that you can see. I'm already seeing one of the advantages is actually using my middle finger to put at the back of the handle to give me more leverage. And here is our first piece. It chops well. So let's get another piece. All right, guys, let's go for the second piece. Make sure that I have a nice firm grip. One of the purposes of a lanyard. It really bites. Look how far it sinks. All right, guys, second piece. Again, a nice thing about this knife and practicing, if you take your middle finger here and place it directly here with this lanyard, it gives you more leverage. Let's continue on. and it bites very well. Third piece, guys. So I'm going to continue chopping. Have quite a bit to chop. I'm going to enjoy doing this with the BECKER BK-9. The work of a BECKER BK-9. All right, guys, so you can see the diameter of this wood that I have chopped with the BECKER BK-9. And I'm going to split all of this and make it into kindling, because I'm going to make a fire, but not a very large fire. So let me put you in focus and get started. Again, leather gloves, always for me. And let's find a baton. And I don't think this is going to be a challenge for this knife at all. It's not a challenge whatsoever. And I'm going to split this wood because, again, all of it is wet. And one thing about actually processing wood in the bush is that you're not going to get a nice flat base. Again, this is going to be split up. I'm going to use it as kindling. This is not even a challenge for this knife. Partly because this is a saber grind. You may see it advertised as a flat grind, but as long as you see an angle change or a bevel, that is a saber grind. Well, so much for the baton. So guys, I'm going to get another baton. I'm going to finish splitting this wood and I'll be back. All right guys, this knife has been performing wonderfully. I mean, simple tasks as chopping, fantastic, splitting wood. You can see all the wood that I have split here. But also with a small knife you can do a lot of carving very easily. but you can also do carving with a large knife as well. So today I'm just going to make some feather sticks. Here you have the jimping that's going to assist me with the control. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do some carving. I'm going to make a few feather sticks on, and then we're going to do some slicing. So I'm going to take this large, make sure I'm outside of the bloodline. And I'm doing this because the wood is wet. The thinner it is, the better. Let's try another. Seems to work well. This is something that I would say you do need a lot of practice with, and I'm finding out that I'm not using the jimping. I don't have as much control using the jimping, so I'm just using a hammer grip. And the thing about it, once you do this, you're going to have some curls that fall off. You can use those just as well. And this is one of the advantages, again, just coming out, bring your tools, and practice. I've yet to use the axe today. Which shows me that this knife would do everything that I needed to do. If I'm going to split very, very large pieces of wood, I would use an axe. All right, guys, so what I'm going to do, again, here is one, here's two, here's three, and I'm going to make several more because, again, the wood is wet, and I'm going to have fun putting the BECKER BK-9 to work. It is a pleasure to use. All right, guys, so I have dug out a fire pit, and the soil that was removed, I put it around the edges to create a berm. Now, with a windy day like this, it's always good to make sure that you have water and a shovel nearby. However, all the leaves are wet anyway, the ground is wet. So I've made an upside down fire. I have tinder, and I have kindling and tinder on this fire pit. I'm going to be using a fair sim rod and a saw fill knife. Yeah, that'll work. And then I'm going to just slowly add the feather sticks. So let's get started. I'll put you in focus and we'll get started. Okay, let's remove some of these leaves that have blown over here. Okay. There we go. But it went out that quick. This is a challenge. And if this, because of the wetness, I'm going to use a backup, cotton balls and Vaseline. Be right back. Alright guys, so again, bushcrafting, prepping, and survival means that you always have more than one way to do anything. One is none, two is one. So, here's a cotton ball with Vaseline. There we have fire. And this is where the feather sticks really come in handy. Alright guys, we have our fire. Alright guys, this is why it's always good to come out and practice. Now I'm sure if I had more time, I could have got this started without the cotton balls and Vaseline. But here again, have more than one way to start a fire. Whether it's with a fair sim rod, bow drill, flint and steel, matches, lighters, anything that's man-made, do it yourself. As long as you have something that is combustible to start your fire. Well guys, I'm just preparing some cowboy coffee and some ramen noodles, but what a difference this fire makes. It feels so good here. But again, here's another skill is actually cooking in the bush. What you don't want to do is spill your water in any form or fashion, because water is precious. I brought enough water with me. I don't want to hike and get any water, so I'm good, and I don't want to spill any water. But yeah, that's the meal. Just some ramen noodles and some coffee, and I do have some granola bars, so I'll be good. But yeah, just another day of practice. Only tools I have used is the BECKER BK-9, and I did use the saw to cut some very lengthy, like 10 feet or 12 feet of trunks, and I chopped those with the BECKER BK-9, which is hanging up over there. And I started the fire with a saw fill knife. And excuse me, guys, but yeah, I started it with a saw fill knife. So once this is ready, I'll be back to chat with you. But I'm just waiting on this coffee. It's really needed. A quick look at the camp setup. Very windy day here. A simple lean-to shelter, mylar on the inside to collect the heat. I do have mylar as a ground sheet with a bedroll. Stops all the conduction. Cowboy coffee and ramen noodles, prepared on the Mother Nature stove. All right, guys, it is time for me to consume this quick meal. It's much needed. I'm going to follow it up with some coffee and granola bars. Doesn't get any better than that. Well, guys, just stoked up the fire again on my last cup of coffee, of cowboy coffee, which is really amazing. You know the saying, anything that you cook or prepare to consume in the bush, it's double fold. It just tastes so good. This fire is so excuse me, so much smoke. Excuse me. This fire is so relaxing. I wish I could stay here longer, but I'm gonna finish this, enjoy the fire, maybe have some more dessert, and I'll be back with you. But again, it's all about practice. Come out in the bush as much as you can. Enjoy Mother Nature. Bring out all of those fantastic tools, the saw, the axe, which I did not use at all today because I wanted to put the emphasis on the BECKER BK-9, which it was great. So I'll be using that again real soon. Again, I use a saw fill knife. But I'm just now going to burn the rest of this wood, and then I'll be back with you. So enjoyable. All right, YouTubers. Hey, this is the Virginia Bushcrafter. Completed another session of bushcrafting, prepping, and survival for the wilderness so that we can thrive. So guys, again, get your nice gear out. Bring out your saw, your hatchet, your knives. Come out and enjoy Mother Nature. You will like it. That's all I would tell you. You will like it. So with that said, guys, go ahead, hit that like button, leave a comment, share this video out, hit that hype button, and subscribe to the Virginia Bushcrafter. So with that said, guys, like father and son, mother and daughter, human and nature, we're all akin in some form or fashion. Just get out in the bush and have some fun. I'll see you on the next episode of the Virginia Bushcrafter. Stay safe, everyone.